The first armored animal on Earth, trilobites. Imagine an ancient ocean more than 500 million years ago. A strange and mysterious underwater world, filled with alien-like creatures. Some float slowly through the water. Others crawl silently across the ocean floor. But among them appears a remarkable animal, a creature protected by natural armor, a creature with hundreds of tiny legs, a creature with some of the earliest complex eyes ever seen in the history of life. This animal would become one of the most successful creatures on Earth. This is the incredible story of trilobites, the explosion of life more than 540 million years ago. Something extraordinary happened on our planet. Scientists call this moment the Cambrian explosion. Before this time, life on Earth was relatively simple. The oceans were dominated by bacteria, algae, and soft-bodied animals like jellyfish. But during the Cambrian explosion, evolution suddenly accelerated. New body structures appeared. Animals began developing shells, legs, eyes, and complex nervous systems. The oceans quickly filled with strange and fascinating creatures. Among these early pioneers was a group of animals that would dominate the seas for millions of years. These animals were called trilobites. What were trilobites? Trilobites were marine arthropods. That means they are distant relatives of modern animals such as crabs, lobsters, and horseshoe crabs. Their bodies had a very unique design. In fact, their name comes from their three-lobed body structure. Body was divided into three main parts: the head, the thorax, and the tail, covering their bodies was a hard exoskeleton made from minerals. This shell acted like natural armor, protecting them from predators. Some trilobites were very small, only a few centimeters long. Others could grow larger than a human hand. Despite their differences, all trilobites shared the same basic body design: incredible ancient eyes. One of the most fascinating features of trilobites was their vision. Many trilobites had highly advanced eyes. In fact, some scientists believe trilobites developed the first complex eyes in the history of animals. Their eyes were made from tiny crystal lenses. These lenses were formed from a mineral called calcite. Each eye could contain hundreds of small lenses. This gave trilobites an excellent field of vision. With such powerful eyesight, they could detect predators and search for food on the ocean floor. For such ancient animals, their vision was remarkably sophisticated. Life on the ocean floor. Most trilobites lived along the seabed. They slowly crawled across the ocean floor using their many legs. Their diet varied depending on the species. Some trilobites were scavengers. They fed on dead organic matter and tiny particles found in the sediment. Others hunted small marine organisms such as worms and microscopic animals. A few species may have been able to swim, but the majority spent their lives walking along the seafloor. For millions of years, trilobites thrived in these ancient oceans. Survival strategies. The ancient oceans were full of danger. Predators were constantly evolving new hunting strategies. To survive, trilobites developed impressive defenses. Their hard exoskeleton provided strong protection, but they had another clever ability. Some trilobites could roll their bodies into a tight ball. This behavior is similar to what modern pill bugs do today. By curling up, they protected their soft underside from predators. This simple defense strategy helped them survive for millions of years. Trilobite fossils. Trilobites are among the most famous fossils in the world because of their hard exoskeletons. Their bodies fossilized very well. Scientists have discovered trilobite fossils on almost every continent. In fact, more than 20,000 species of trilobites have been identified. These fossils give scientists valuable clues about ancient ecosystems. They help researchers understand how early life evolved on Earth. Every fossil tells a small part of a much larger story. The story of life on our planet. The fall of the trilobites. For nearly 270 million years, trilobites dominated the oceans. They survived dramatic environmental changes. They adapted to new predators and new ecosystems. But eventually, their time came to an end. Around 252 million years ago, Earth experienced the most devastating extinction event in its history. Scientists call it the most devastating extinction event in its history. Permian mass extinction. During this event, nearly 90% of all species disappeared. Trilobites were among the victims. After millions of years of success, they vanished forever. Powerful ending. Although trilobites disappeared long ago, their story is far from forgotten. Their fossils remain buried within ancient rocks around the world, silent reminders of a distant time, a time when armored creatures ruled the oceans, a time when evolution was just beginning its incredible journey. Trilobites may be extinct today, but they remain one of the most important chapters in the story of life on Earth. And their legacy continues to inspire scientists as they search for the secrets of our planet's ancient past.